Hey, Fragrance Family, I'm Daver.
And I'm Jer.
We're the Fragrance Bros.
Bros! It's been a while.
That's right. That's right. Coming at you this time with a review for L'Eau d'Issey by Issey Miyake.
Awesome.
And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and we'll bring reviews right to your doorstep, especially to your doorstep.
That's right.
Anyway, coming at you this time, date introduced, 1994.
Oh my God.
A long time ago.
Dude, that's almost 20 years ago.
I know.
I think it's still jamming.
Yeah.
This is like a rock star, like a staple of the fragrance.
Yes, absolutely. This really is a rock star in the community.
Yeah.
Been around for a long time. There's big history behind this. Anyway, classified as a woody aromatic. I would almost say really citrus aromatic, but there is some woods in there. Notes are yuzu, bergamot, lemon, tarragon, nutmeg, water lily, tobacco, sandalwood, cedar, vetiver, and musk. Which I only smell a few of those. Some of those I don't smell at all, like tobacco. There's no tobacco in there.
No.
No.
Nope.
What'd you get out of longevity?
I get excellent longevity out of this fragrance. I don't get a crazy amount, but it lasts longer than most fragrances in this family.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess I'll call it a fresh fragrance.
Yeah.
But it's different from like your Versace Corolnes and Eau Fraiches and all that sort of thing. It's got the flowers and the kind of like a vetiver base, woodsy kind of base, so it's a little different. So I think that helps carry it. But I get like 10 hours probably.
Yeah. Guess what I get?
Beach Mode!
This lasts forever on me. Forever.
Wow.
Like I'll wear it on a night out, around 6, go to sleep, wake up, still there.
Forever.
Forever. This lasts a long time. And you know what it still smells like? Citrus.
Wow.
That citrus hangs in there, dude.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Death grip.
Yeah, it does. What about projection?
You know what? I think it's pretty excellent in projection as well. When I wear it, I feel like it's really getting out there.
Yeah.
And in the opening, it's kind of a funny thing. In the opening, it's very floral.
Yeah.
And I almost don't want it to get out there so much in the opening.
Yeah.
Just because of the floral. I thought there were more flowers in the notes than there are. Water lily, I guess, is the main player here.
Yeah.
But I kind of want the floral to be toned down a little bit in the opening, so that when it gets to the mid, then it's smelled more because it's not quite as gender bender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it smells fantastic. And for a guy that's comfortable with those fragrances, kind of walk the line a little bit, I think this is amazing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Projection on me though is more average.
Wow.
I would say like especially the first hour, it really does kind of scream out there.
Mm-hmm.
But then on me, it kind of dies down really quickly, but in the average range.
Yeah.
So it doesn't die down to a skin scent, but it stays kind of hovers kind of in a little bubble around you for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, for a long while.
Yeah.
And so yeah, season I would say this is best for spring and summer, and mostly day.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Good call.
Purpose, I would say this is mostly casual, but it can be very good for work.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say this could possibly be formal.
Casual and work, I'll give you.
Yeah.
To me, not very formal.
Okay.
To me, heck no on a date.
Yeah, I would never wear this on a date.
No.
Even though I do know that there are women out there that like it.
Yeah.
But the other problem with this is because it's 20 years old, a lot of women know this.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing a story about one city in which every guy wears this. You do not want to be in that city.
Dang.
And especially women, oh, does that smell like Issey Miyake? Or you're going to smell like someone else's boyfriend at that point.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
I don't know. To me, it's like everyone's different. But to me, if I'm going on a date, especially if we're talking like first or second date, there's a level of masculinity that I want to convey.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I don't want to come across as soft or weak or questionable in any sort of way. You know what I mean? I want to come across like a man. You know what I mean? And then I don't know. So to me, this is not going to work in that arena. For me, some guys have no problem with that. And it could be in different parts of the nation. It's different. Yeah. Here in the South, a lot of men are kind of expected to be men's men, and I don't mean to decry anybody else in the nation. I'm just saying that we're good old boys. So this is not the kind of thing you want to show off on your first date. I don't think.
Yeah, I totally agree. I had nothing to say on that.
Okay. I rambled.
What does this remind you of?
It reminds me of Grey Vetiver. Actually, we've talked about this comparison, but they don't really smell that similar. Yeah. But the things they do are similar. Florals, the vetiver, the woods, and the citrus. Yeah. They both have those things. They play out very differently. Right. But they're the same sort of. They're like cousins or something like that. So that's what I get when I smell it. I get a lot of floral, and I get more floral than citrus, actually. Actually, I don't get a whole lot of citrus, but I know that you do, so
Yeah.
whatever.
It kind of is, the comparison between Grey Vetiver and L'Odyssée, it's kind of like two bands playing the same song. You know, you kind of pick your favorite.
Yeah.
Even though they kind of are in the same genre.
Yeah.
The same, everything is played kind of the same way, but they sound different.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like that. There's, whenever I smell them, like months apart, I smell them and I'm like, wow, this really reminds me of the other one. And then I smell them next to each other and I'm like, well, they don't really smell that much alike.
Not really. But I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, kind of has the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
This story, or this fragrance to me, has kind of a long story. We kind of have a history with this one because the first time I smelled it, when I was first getting interested in the fragrance community, I watched several reviews of L'Odyssée, and a lot of people really liked it, and were really hyping it up there. And everything they talked about it, I was like, wow, I'm gonna love this.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna like this. And so I went to a local department store, smelled it on a piece of paper, and I was like, I like parts of it.
Yeah.
It didn't blow me away. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I thought I was going to love it. So I kept the strip with me, the paper strip. And at one point, I even sprayed some on my hand and got some on my watch band.
Oh, that's right.
And it stayed on my watch band for weeks. Weeks. And I kept smelling the paper, kept going back to it, smelling it, and really liked it.
Yeah.
And after a time, fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And so, but at the top, to explain what the fragrance is, at the top, I do get a lot of citrus. I get that yuzu. It's kind of almost like a lemony type citrus, but not as sharp. That mixed in with a lot of floral, like you said. It is very floral. And it is kind of gender bendery in a way. And and I also get, there's nutmeg in there, which is a surprising fragrance or a note in there, but you can smell it whenever you spray it. There's that nutmeg in there, and there's some spice in there to kind of give it a little masculinity that
it desperately needs.
Yeah, and it desperately needs. It's like kind of like a 13-year-old boy trying to go mustache kind of thing.
Little dirty lip.
That's right.
That's the dirty lip of the L'Odyssée.
That's right. That's right. That's what it is. So, and then as it dries, the spice disappears.
Yeah.
And then that citrus and floral kind of stay, but they're toned down. But what you get mostly is that vetiver cedar combo that you smell before.
Yeah.
In several fragrances, but it still smells good.
It does.
And you still smell that citrusy floral mix hanging on there. So that's what I get from that.
Yeah.
I don't get any of the other notes like tobacco. I don't really get any sandalwood.
I don't get much musk.
No, I don't get musk either. I think musk is fairly noticeable in most fragrances. I don't get that in this. I think this is very unisex. As we've been joking about here. I've actually smelled the women's version of L'Odyssée, and I haven't smelled them back to back, but I have smelled it. And to my nose, from my recollection anyway, they smelled a lot alike. And I have to go back and smell it again. But so the main thing that I got out of it was that the biggest difference was the vetiver. And the nutmeg was the biggest players there. But they still had kind of the same thing going on.
Right.
But there are women that I think could wear this, and you would never know that it was a men's fragrance. And that could be a thing for women if they like L'Odyssée for women, but maybe they don't want to spend the money on women's perfume, because sometimes it can be more money for women's perfume.
Yeah.
We can go to the men's version. It's very similar. And wear it, rock it.
I need to get Stephanie to wear this and see what it's like. Maybe do an update video or something like that.
Yeah, totally. What this really reminds me of, I mentioned it before, this really reminds me of raw honey. And not the honey that you get at like the supermarket that's made of clover, like the real processed clover honey. But this reminds me of the raw honey that you get at like actually, we got some raw honey at a guy in a parking lot selling it from his pickup truck.
Legit.
Legit. That seems legit.
What is it called? What is the an apiary? Is that what it's called?
I think so, yeah.
I hope I'm not getting that wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Okay.
I think you're right. But yeah, this smells like someone that has a beehive in their backyard with a whole bunch of flowers. And raw honey smells completely different depending on what the bee eats. But a lot of raw honey smells like flowers. It smells really, really floral. It doesn't smell like...
Really?
Yeah, because they get their pollen from flowers, obviously.
Yeah.
The clover honey that you get in the store doesn't have like a real sharp floral note. And because a lot of people don't want to eat like...
Flowers.
They don't want to eat flowers.
Yeah.
So clover honey is really tame. But raw honey is different.
Wow.
And it smells different from beehive to beehive, depending on where their environment is. And I remember smelling, this is a really wild tangent here. So I remember
Go with it, man.
I remember smelling tasting some honey from India, and it had a weird spicy taste to it. It was really interesting because it's completely different side of the world.
Yeah.
Different environment and everything. I don't know if I loved it, but it was interesting.
They fertilized their ground with curry.
That's right. That's right. It may have had some kind of spice or something there. But anyway, so it reminds me of raw honey. So you get a really, a lot of that white floral with that citrus buzz in there.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Sorry.
Boo!
Okay. Yes. But yeah, so that's what it reminds me of. This scent it's fresh, citrusy, floral, and very creamy.
Yeah.
There's something really creamy about the dry down that I really like.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And
I hate the bottle.
yeah,
I freaking hate this bottle.
I don't mind the bottle.
I hate the bottle. I'll tell you why I hate it.
Yeah.
A couple reasons. Number one, this top is stupid.
Yeah.
The top is way too long. It increases, it almost doubles the length of the bottle.
Yeah.
Second, I don't care how new your bottle is, it looks dirty to me every single time.
Yeah.
The frosted glass looks dirty. Like it holds fingerprint smudges really bad.
Scratches.
It does. It's like, I guess it's indicative of its time frame.
Yeah.
This is 94. I get that.
Yeah.
But, frick.
Yeah. I don't dislike the bottle. Oh man, I love that smell.
It's a great smell.
Yeah.
Great frag.
Yeah. I do hate the frosted glass though.
Yeah.
That's one thing I hate about it. It could have gone clear and I would have been perfectly happy with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll put it right there.
Do it.
I get kind of a pale yellow or like a white yellow association with this. I mean, the juice is already kind of pale yellow, so maybe I'm just reading into it just from the juice color. I don't know. But I kind of get that from the white flowers and from the citrus in there from the top. So
the honeyish thing.
The honeyish thing, yeah. So it almost, the yellow I'm talking about is almost like baby's clothing.
Yeah.
Like that type of yellow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that is all I have. Bang for buck. This is $58 for a 3.3 ounce. That's about average.
Yeah.
But I would say it's really worth it.
Yeah.
Even though there are a lot of people out there who have it, and depending on your area of the world, maybe a lot of people have it and you might not want it. But if you don't live in an area like that where everyone has smelled L'Odyssée, buy it. I think it's really, really worth it.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about these sizes is, they make a ton of sizes. They go all the way up to like 6.7 ounces.
Yeah.
The price per mil is exactly the same every size.
Oh, really?
So you don't save any money going to a larger size.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, you can find a really good deal in this fragrance.
Okay.
And I think if you're into fragrances, I think it's something you need to know about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you need to have tried it and worn it.
Yeah.
If you are if you're in the community, you need to have tried this.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of one of those must try or must have things.
I think it's a modern classic.
Yeah, I think so too. I own a bottle. I love it. I don't wear it a whole lot, just because it tends to kind of get lost in the tangle of fresh fragrances I have.
Okay.
Not because it doesn't have any application. It's just I don't know. I don't reach for it very often.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I think it's great, and I think the bang for the buck's really great too because it lasts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even though it's old, in terms of age, I think it's pretty unique.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And surprisingly, 20 years later, I still think this is very modern.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Whenever certain fragrances come out that are really popular, everyone tries to copy it. I don't know if there's been any copies of L'Odyssée. Not that I know of.
I can't think of any florals like that.
Yeah, I can't either.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, probably why it's so modern.
Yeah.
Because no one has really worn it out. It's unique for what it is. Compliments. Do you get any compliments from this?
No, I never have, and I've worn it a few times. I don't know what it is. Just haven't.
My wife did not like this at first, but then she did because she bought it for me.
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking this better turn around at some point.
But other than that, I don't really get any compliments from it either. I think it might be in part due to the projection.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of average projection.
Yeah.
Also, too, because it's floral.
Yeah.
And I think, that sends kind of a strange message to people.
Yeah. This might be a fragrance for you.
I think so.
And not for others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like different categories. There's like one that's just for you and not for other people.
Right.
One that's pretty much just for other people. If you're a fragrance head, you don't really care about it.
Yeah.
And then there's some that kind of meet both. This is probably in that first camp, I think.
Yeah. Final rating.
I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I think it's a really great fragrance. It's very unique. It can be had for cheap. It lasts. It's just not quite amazing to me.
Okay.
4 out of 5.
I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5.
Oh my God. You're going out like candy tonight.
I know. 5 out of 5 for a fresh scent.
That's crazy.
I think this is really worth it. It's unique. That's the one thing I look for a lot in a fragrance. Is it unique? If it's unique, it goes up a notch in my opinion.
Sure.
I do not get the amount of compliments that I would like from it, but I do think it's a masterpiece, a modern classic, and it smells amazing.
Way to go, Issey.
Yeah. And apparently they're never going to make any other fragrances for men except for flankers of Issey Miyake.
Yeah.
Which really sucks.
Blue and sport and summer, whatever.
A flanker by definition is crap. Unless you're Thierry Mugler.
That's the definition of flanker.
That's right. Crap. Crap. Look it up in the Fragrance Bros Dictionary. Coming out.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all we have, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tell us what you think of Issey Miyake down in the comments below. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it smells like a woman?
Yeah. I'd like to know.
Women, do you like it? Tell me. Let me know. Anyway, we'll see you next week with another fragrance review. We're the Fragrance Bros. See you later.